So now that we've got our pages created, it's time to start managing our website pages. And I want to show you a couple of things about why you would create a page template first and then duplicate the pages, and what it's like to try and make a change to every page at once. So inside Dreamweaver, you're going to want all 6 files open like you had from the last lesson. And inside Google Chrome or whatever browser you're using, you should be able to click on each of these, and it should be changing to the new file with the new name. So all 6 files should be separate and linked. Inside Dreamweaver, one of the things that's beautiful about a website is that you can create that external style sheet and make changes that are massive and can span across all of your pages at once. So think about like the CNN website. We've talked about it a lot, lots of pages. Let's say they changed their color scheme for some reason. They decided red wasn't their color. They're going to move to orange. And think about the number of things they would have to change to orange. And the number of pages it would need to occur on. So what's important to note is that we created an external style sheet. So if, for instance, I want the background of the header to change to blue, one of the ways I taught you to do this was to do an internal style. So I can go to the header tag, and you don't have to do this, just go ahead and watch. We're going to go ahead and put a style with a background color of blue. And I just want to show you this and refresh it because it'll occur on this page because I'm on the index. I've just applied the style, but note that this internal style doesn't cascade over to my car file. It doesn't cascade over to my fire file. I would have to do it on every single one of them. So I would have to take that code, I'd have to copy it, and I'd have to paste it over in each file if I wanted them to look consistent. Now imagine if you ran a CNN page and you were changing to orange. Lots of files to change. So doing something like an inline or an internal style where it's sitting on the file isn't going to be helpful for you when you want to make a massive change. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back, and it's going to go back to red. And the reason it's red is because I've got that external style sheet linked here, and that's under Lego Styles. So if I wanted to change the background to blue, I could go to my style sheet up here and change this from red, which is 2 F's for the red spot, to 0000 FF, and that would be blue because the last 2 are blue for RGB. And you can see here that if I click up here, it will refresh, but what's important to note is if I go to car, it's also refreshed. Fire has changed, space has changed, and Viking and contact have changed because they are all linked to the same external style sheet. So if that one file changes, they all change at once, which is why it's called a cascading style sheet, so it can cascade across multiple files. This is important because you've got files that are now linked together and talking to each other regularly. And so not only are all of 6 of our files linked together by anchor tags, but they all are linked to the same style sheet. So when we want to make a massive change that crosses all the pages, we can do that at once. So for instance, under Lego Styles, if I wanted to go ahead and change my footer to have a text alignment of center, I could do that and all of them would change to the center at once. I could then even change like the text color or just color to white, and they'd all be white. So now if I go up here and I scroll down, my footer is now centered and it's white, and it's like that on every page. So if I pop over to car, footer, center, white. So now you've got these styles that can cascade across all of the pages at once. So going back to Lego Styles here, I can change this to back to red, and we will see that cascade throughout the entire worksheet, or all the different files at the same time. So what I'd like you to do is, if you need to go back for just a moment, go change that footer, adjust it so that on this style sheet or on Lego Styles, it's got a text alignment of center and a color of white. And you'll see it cascade across all of your pages. So at this point, I can go File, Save All, and what's cool is by saving that one file, it's now affected all 6 at the same time. So let's talk about what would happen if I want to put something in on every page. So like instead of the word header here, I want it to have my Lego logo, which I have over here on my files. So going back to my source code, we're going to go ahead and put that in there next, and we're going to talk about it and how we would need to change it for each page.